this isn't a highlight for you, but it's an important moment for you. So it's the NCAA championship game. You're down 49-41 with 6 minutes left, and you score 9 of the team's 12 points for the rest of the match. Then you missed a free throw, and you missed the final shot of the game, and you lose by 1 point. It could have been a moment which changes the trajectory of your career. And then you decide to go on the Players Tribune website on draft day and pen what I've got in my hand is part of what you penned as an open letter to WNBA GMs on draft day. I'm going to hand this over to you at the moment. I want you to read part 1 of this to people as to what you wrote to more than 1 million people to read on draft day as a letter to WNBA GMs.
Yeah, I missed. But it's not about that to me. It's not about what happened in those final seconds. It's about who I was in those final seconds. It's about who I am. I'm someone who's built for the moment. Make or miss, win or lose, I'm built for it. I'm just a resilient person. I've always been able to take the heat for my failures. And that's the player I was all tournament, but especially at the end against Stanford. No hesitation, no fear. I wanted to smoke. Whatever that trait is, I have it, I embrace it, and I'll never lose it.
That's bold. That's a bold thing to write on draft day, like to remind the world of that moment, which was only 10 days earlier. Like, what went through your head to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this bold statement out here and let the world know I don't care that happened. I want you to think of everything else.
I just wanted the world to know, like, okay, I'm here. Like, no one has known my name or just recognized my game. And I was like, okay, the way I performed in that tournament, I want people to, remember me. And I think I did. I think I did that. And, on draft day, I'm like, okay, I need to leave one last impression on the GMs, the coaches. And I want them to know that they're getting a stellar player. They're getting someone who's not afraid of the big moments, someone who's got that chip on their shoulder and who will do anything for the team.
So, speaking of bold, let's go to the finisher. Let's read part 2 of how you finished this letter.
Y'all can keep talking about my height or my size or whatever you think is going to stop me. Y'all can keep underrating me in those mock drafts. I'm going to be focused on helping the WNBA team compete for a championship. And I'm going to keep on grinding until you become a believer. Bet on that. See you at the draft.
That's gold. That's absolutely gold. And then you got pick 3 in the draft, and the majority of the top 10 from that season are gone. Like, they're not even in the system anymore. You talk about your height, you're 168 centimetres, so you're not big, you're lightning quick. Like, you had the belief that your skill set would work no matter what doubters believed, didn't you?
I did. I mean, I think that I've always had that chip on my shoulder throughout my career. Like, I was always the smallest, so I feel like I had to bring something that other players didn't have, my speed or just like my confidence and that dog and that grit. So I feel like I have to have traits that other people are willing to do. So and now in the WNBA now, like, I have to do things that other people don't want to do, whether that's playing defense, talking, doing the dirty work. Like, I would do whatever it needs to take to win and also to stay on the team.
So did you have fears going into that draft that people weren't going to pick you at all? Like, you're a top 10 pick, like top 5 pick. Like, what were you thinking going in when you wrote that? Did you think, I need this? Or was that just a message to make sure that once you got into the system that they'd still back you?
I feel like I didn't need the letter at all, but that was just something that I wanted the GMs to know. Like, okay, you pick me, you don't, but I feel like you're missing out. But if you do, you're getting a stellar player, a great human being besides basketball. So, I didn't have any doubt or fear that I wouldn't get picked. I feel like, I'm a religious person, so I feel like, I prayed for this, I worked for this. So, I'm like, there's no way that I wouldn't get picked in this draft or even stay on the team.